Good morning, everybody. It's a Wednesday, and I want to read you a little something here. And this pertains to the band that last week, as you know, announced that they will not be touring anymore due to the vocal cord injury that their frontman suffered last year. I'm referring to, of course, Aerosmith. As you know, Steven Tyler, their frontman since the beginning, 1970 when they started, suffered this massive injury within his vocal cords last year while they were doing their Peace Out Farewell tour. Now, this post that I discovered earlier today is from a Facebook group called Roadies and Rockstars. And this is about Aerosmith canceling a show, setting up a makeup show, only to cancel that. Here goes. Sometime mid 1970s, Aerosmith canceled a show that I had tickets to. And to make it up to the fans, they announced that they would do a show at a much smaller venue. That venue was Cleveland's Music Hall. After getting a refund, the only way to get tickets to this particular show was to mail in a money order to the promoter to be in a lottery to get tickets. Well, since I was a dumbass, I sent my money order along with a letter saying how they were my favorite band in the whole world, instead of to the promoter, but to the local radio station that was sponsoring this show. After realizing what I had done, I was crushed. There was no way I could have came up with money for 2 more tickets. I was depressed. And somebody at the radio station somehow had some mercy because they sent me a pair of front row tickets to Aerosmith. I was blown away. Being a teenage fan of Aerosmith, having only seen them in arenas and stadiums, having front row seats was like an incredible badge of honor. I remember holding these tickets, holding them, carefully placing them back into the envelope. I even went to the local t-shirt shop to get me a custom shirt saying I had front row tickets for Aerosmith, but I could not afford all the letters. So the night of the show, we were getting ready to go downtown. I got my Aerosmith t-shirt, belt buckle, dingo boots, and a chunk of hash. We were ready. That's when it came on the radio that this show had been canceled. Drummer Joey Kramer was on the phone with the radio station explaining that they were very tired and it was only a small show anyways. And they will make that show up someday. There I was yelling at the radio, "How can you make up a makeup show?" I was crushed. Of course, we smoked all the hash. It helped, but I definitely was not over it. Flash forward to 1997. I'm on stage at Madison Square Garden with Aerosmith, and I happen to be standing next to drummer Joey Kramer. Words cannot express how difficult it was for me to not turn to him and say, how the fuck do you cancel a makeup show and then promise it to make it up later? I can relate to the frustration this guy was going through, that's for sure. Now the story ends with this. The next time I had front row seats was in 2006. I took my father to see the Gypsy Kings at Radio City Music Hall when I worked at that place. I will never forget the overwhelming feeling that I wished it was Aerosmith playing there. Now, there were concerts I have seen, and very rarely did they ever get canceled, except for one. And that was back in 1987. It was at this place which name escapes me at the moment. It was on Van Dyke Avenue, near the Sterling Heights area. It's been so long I forgot who was playing there, but it was an act that I've been wanting to see since the summer of that year. I was disappointed. I was bummed out. They never did reschedule the show, so I could relate to what this guy was going through. But, excuse me, the idea of canceling a makeup show because the band was too tired, and it's a small show anyways, that to me displays a very arrogant attitude. It also displays a big middle finger to those fans that they let down before. We, the fans, pay good money to see our favorite artists and bands perform. We pay good money to buy the albums, the cassettes, the CDs, and now vinyl once again. And there are fans out there who pay on streaming services to hear their songs. If I were to cancel a show, it'll be for a direct good reason. Whether it's a 24-hour flu, whether I'm horribly sick, or if I got COVID, or if I had a serious injury. And if I schedule a makeup show, you damn well I'm going to do that show regardless of what condition I'm in. The thing I want to say to everybody out there who are playing in bands, whether you're a big time, small time, do not let your fans down. Don't take them for granted. I'm going to end this video with some of the comments that people have said regarding this post. And one really stuck out for me. One individual said, "I loved them when they were all high." Which is kind of interesting because I remember a conversation back when I was working at the restaurant in southeast Michigan throughout the 90s. And one of the cooks were talking about he wished Aerosmith would get back onto drugs so they can create better music to what they were doing at that time. Don't get me wrong, songs like Love in the Elevator, Dude Looks Like a Lady, Jamie's Got a Gun were good songs. Definitely good songs. But the stuff they were putting out later on in the 90s, like Pink, Jaded, and especially I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, it was, to me, it's deemed kind of questionable. But that's my opinion. I'm sure there's going to be Aerosmith diehards probably willing to debate me on this. So let me know in the comments below what you think about I presented to you in terms of the story and my commentary. Let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button and that notification bell. See you later on. Bye bye.